the whole world has to realize that we don't need to wait for such pictures which can become an inspiration or which can wake up us from our slumbers. Do we really need to go through that agony which they have gone through? When Syrians were moving, one picture turned the table upside down, knocked at the door of every human on the face of the globe. She was lying dead on a beach. She could have been anybody's daughter. The world is emphasizing on nuclear weapons, biological weapons, chemical weapons, conventional weapons, non-conventional weapons. The world is busy in achieving their desired national interest. At the cost of whom? At the cost of humanity, unfortunately. Humanity is bleeding. Humanity is pleading. The prosperous world is giving more importance to everything related to them, and that is their due right. But my question is that those who are signatories of 1951 Convention and 1967 protocols, is it not their responsibility to come to the rescue? Why 85% refugees are being taken care? By whom? By the developing countries. With meager resources, with financial constraints. I'll give you an example of Pakistan. We are going through a lean patch. In spite of that, hats off to the courage of the people of Pakistan. Since 1979 till this date, every government who ever remained at the helm of the affairs never ever compromised on refugees. The message is that if we are unable to protect humans, if we are unable to promote humans, if we are unable to resolve their issues, if we are unable to play a bridging role, what will happen? Today they are at the receiving end, and God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, if we ever come across such agony, even for 24 hours, imagine what we will have to go through. Why the world has become a silent spectator? Is it only the role of UNHCR, the hosting countries and donors? One movie, one prominent football team, any club, you name it, they single-handedly can do wonders. And I'll give you an example of Cristiano Ronaldo. Why can't we, in our own humble capacities, knock at their door and convey to them that this 7.8 or 7.2 approximately refugees across the globe, they are waiting for someone who can come and contribute in their humble capacities for their education, health, future. And the world leaders at different forums, why they are not realizing that one single gesture can turn the table upside down? Can't we come and sit and resolve their issues? And next question of mine is, United Nations General Assembly, at all levels, key stakeholders of this globe decide the future of the entire globe. Is it on their priority list to address their issues? When the UNHCR started giving them $400, the repatriation and the number of people started moving. But imagine back home, there is no such facility. They left everything, and you want them to go back. And if suppose, even if they leave, if they are not given any shelter, any respect, what will happen to them? So my humble submission on this day is not to go through the way, or observe, we used to observe it the way it has been always taken in an ordinary manner. My Prime Minister and this government's sole objective and vision is to give more respect to humanity. Let's come out of our boundaries. Every religion, UN Charter talks about humanity. If we are unable to do the needful, who else is going to come to their rescue? If we remain more interested in our own interests, then humanity will be compromised. And if you really want to see your upcoming generations more progressive, and if you want to see this entire globe peaceful, then everyone has to contribute. And hats off to their resilience, hats off to their courage, hats off to their patience. I was telling UNHCR the other day that whenever a refugee wants to go to any part of the world, instead of showing respect, apathy, they are treated the other way around. Whenever any refugee approach any key stakeholder in this globe, there's an access problem for him or her. Camps are there. A host nation can do the needful, and they need to do the needful. But again, the bridging role is of whom? That has to be given due importance. I will not give you figures that what we have been doing. 68% are living outside camps. 32% are living in camps. 22 ministers of the present president of Afghanistan were born and bred here. Cricket team of Afghanistan. Majority of those who remained at the key portfolios in Afghanistan were given respect, everything in Pakistan. Pakistan will always go an extra yard for them. We share same values, culture, religion, norms, everything. But at this particular juncture, I must applaud and appreciate the role of Pope, the role of the Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, and all those countries who have been contributing and are there to support this cause. And one thing more, that daughter of ours who came here and he said that I studied from ComSet, and that 17 years old boy, and that a man who came to Pakistan was hardly 17, and after 40 years he is concerned about the youth, about their future. And then look at their eyes and their faces. When you go to those camps and when you interact with them, their expressions are heart-wrenching. I believe, let's hear the bell is ringing, calling us to the bright future. So let's join and unite together and prove it to them that they are as human as us. And it is our responsibility to value them, to promote their interest, and to protect them in such a manner the way we protect our own loved ones. If that is not the approach, I'm sorry then. The world will be polarized, divided, and humanity will be at a dragon's dawn. And who will suffer the most? Humans will suffer the most. I guess the humanity has forgotten the dark age, the brutality's barbarian approach. when humanity was pleading and bleeding. We don't need to witness such events again. We need to make it a priority. We need to mark it. And today when I was coming this morning, I was sharing the significance of today with my daughters. And I told them that imagine that whatever lifestyle you are enjoying here, imagine for a minute that I, along with your mother, are living in a camp, in a tent, where there's no electricity, no air conditioner, no facility at all. And your mom start working in somebody's residence as a maid. Your father leaves early morning to earn bread and butter, and you are not given any education, and you every second feel insecure. And then the youngest angel of mine, she is 6, and I told her that suppose if there is no money at home and if you are asked to go and beg, how would you feel? They had tears in their eyes. He said, Baba, is it really happening? I said, yes. When I was not a minister of saffron, I was as clueless as anyone else. I beg you all, in the name of humanity, please realize their problems. You can do wonders. In individual capacity, we can do wonders. For heaven's sake, the humanity is waiting for your positive approach and energy. Let's come out of our shells. Let's not restrict ourselves to only sects, religions, and our boundaries. The world has already become a global village. The world is in dire need of love and affection and respect for each other. And if we really want to contribute, the only humble submission I would make here is try to value humanity. Once we do that, majority of our issues will automatically be addressed. But if, and another message, I will give it in Pashto. For the 7 करोड़ 20-80 लाख के ज़्यादातर मुसलमान पाज़माइश की पटोली दुनिया के ओगरो मुसलमान बनी शिकंजारा टीटा नज़ो तख़ुद अल्लाह वाला रसूल मनन कियो एमा तासुली डरानो वजना ना अहला हुक्मरानो दे वजना नन मुसलमानों के इत्तेफाक निश्ता तोड़ ज़्यादता नन वक्त रगलेदा कि इंशाअल्लाह हुक्मरानान कीनी और दुनिया सरदा खबर हो की कि मुत्सम न वाडू सिर्फ देखपल किरदार और देखपल अमल न साबित को दुनिया ला कि मुसलमान अमन पसंदा मुसलमान दे खैर वलदा मुसलमान दहशतगर्द नदा मुसलमान ड्रग्स हेरोइन या दनोर कतो वला नदा कयो सड़ेरा की गलत चीज़ें मतलब दा नदा कि दीन इस्लाम गलत था No dadi mumashano baneda, and I'll share it with you. Majority of the refugees are Muslims across the globe. An act of an individual in any part of the globe shouldn't be associated with the religion. Any act of an individual is an individual act. Had my leaders of the Muslim Ummah and had they given due importance to their own people and to humanity and to human dignity, our issues would have been resolved. Now this particular initiative is taken by my Prime Minister, that he is willing to play a bridging role. He is willing to reach out to all those who can contribute, and this is a message from this, from here, from Islamabad to the entire globe, through diplomatic corps, through all of you, that we need to wake up. We need to start living for others. We need to give due importance to humanity. Enough is enough. Imagine the agony. I'll conclude it with this. Imagine the agony of that child which is going through pain, where he is bullied, where he sees no future, and where he is reminded 24/7 that you are neither a citizen nor you enjoy the same privileges, and he is kept at arm's length. And then what option he is left with? He'll become a scar on the face of humanity. Either he will become a suicide bomber, or he'll become someone whose sole objective will be to haunt humanity. Let's protect them. Let's make this world more meaningful. Let's realize our responsibility. Let's make it worth living. Long live humanity. Long live UNHCR. Long live all those who have contributed. Long live Afghan refugees. Long live all those refugees who are across the board, living in different countries of the world. Long live Pakistan. Pakistan Zindabad.